So the film begins. A few years ago, time is shown where some aliens have attacked the Earth. Then the people living on the ground against those aliens started fighting so that they could save themselves. And thus the war between aliens and humans began. Then we see a child, Spencer, who was very fond of making rockets. He wanted to go to space, space. But when Spencer's dad went to the sky and fought the aliens, Spencer's dad died in that fight. Because of which he forgot his mission forever and ended his dream. When Spencer grew up, he became a weapon designer, where Spencer married the girl he liked. They both were living their lives happily. Then Spencer hears on TV that there was a lot of damage due to the attack of the aliens. He also hears about the fire in the jungle on TV, which no one knew how the fire was. Spencer took his wife to the jungle. He goes there and notices that today there is more security than before. After which Spencer's wife goes to her work, who was a doctor by profession. Because of the war between humans and aliens, there was always a rush of injured patients. That's why the Chancellor has a meeting with the government scientists. There Spencer also comes to his work. He also talks to his friend about the Chancellor's meeting. His friend tells him that you are very lucky. When you came back from your trip, there was a fire in the jungle. Anyway, he goes to the weapon with his friend, on which he was working, which looked like a very big building. Then a man comes there whose name was Hathaway. When he shakes hands with Spencer, he suddenly injects Spencer, which he had hidden in his clothes. Spencer's condition worsens and he was about to faint. His friend also tries to help him, but he was also caught by the guards. Spencer is taken to the room by lying on the stretcher. When he comes to his senses, he sees that some people are standing across the mirror and looking at him. Now Hathaway comes in front of him. He shows some pictures and tells that a few days ago, we found out about a report that aliens are sending their cyborgs. This means that the person who dies, they make him a duplicate person and put all the memories of the dead person in it, so that they also do not know whether he is a real person or a robot. And the report we got has your name in it, which means that the one sitting in front of him is not the real Spencer. Hathaway shows him a recording and tells that a few days ago we caught a cyborg who kept saying that I am the real person. When we scanned him, there was a bomb in his heart, which explodes at that time. When a lot of people are present at the same place, we took out his heart through the machine, and also the bomb. You will also do the same now. You are going to go to the Chancellor's meeting and do all this. But Spencer was scared to hear all this, and was screaming and saying that I am the real Spencer. Hathaway was standing quietly when Spencer was taken for the test. Then Spencer picks up a pointed weapon from the tray and attacks the guard. Then he also took his gun. Hathaway does not think about anyone. He just had to complete his mission and catch Spencer. That's why he shoots the guard. But still Spencer ran away through a tunnel and goes and waits for a lift to open. When the guards come out, Spencer kills them to save himself. Those guards also had Spencer's friend, who makes him very sad. At that time Hathaway was also bringing guards from behind. But Spencer leaves through a tunnel. He stops at one place and calls his wife and tells her everything. He also says that I will come to the hospital and get myself scanned, so that I can make everyone believe that I am the real person. Hathaway does not have an alien robot, but his wife tells him not to come to the hospital, that if you come there, it will be dangerous for other people. Spencer now runs away from here. He was feeling very strange, because all the memories of his life were in front of him. He came out of that underground facility, where he now reaches a place that was destroyed by the war. Then he sees that some flying force is coming behind him. Spencer runs as fast as he could. On the other hand, Hathaway also gets to hear a lot, because the Chancellor was going to have a meeting, and he had not caught Spencer yet. Hathaway tells his government that I can't shoot Spencer, because he has a bomb in his chest. If he gets shot, the bomb will explode, so that the people around him will die. On the other hand, Spencer ran to the place where there were people who were homeless because of the war. When Spencer goes to a building there, he meets a girl who says that you should not have come here. But Spencer does not listen to him and goes ahead. He had reached a room. That's why Hathaway had sent the guards. This was because a device was put inside every person, and he was given a code. With this device, a person knew where he was. When this happens, Spencer was also secretly watching the guards. That Hathaway has come here in search of him. That's when Hathaway takes out a device here, which he had found out about Spencer. All the guards were now running towards that building. Before the guards could catch Spencer, a group of people come there, who took Spencer with them and tied him up in an unknown place. Now everyone thinks that they have caught Spencer. But Spencer has been caught. Here they can be in danger. That's why the leader of this group takes Spencer away from here. That's when Spencer gives the head of the group, whose name is Kale, greed for money and tells him to leave. That if he leaves him, he will give him a lot of money in return. Kale listens to this and puts a gun on Spencer's head. Then Spencer gives him greed for medicines, because he knew that Kale wanted to help his people. But he does not have medicines. He also tells him the code of his wife's hospital, with which he could go there. Kale listens to all this and says yes to Spencer. He had agreed to all Spencer's words. There is shown that Hathaway interrogates Spencer's wife. He says that I never felt that Spencer is not real, nor did he ever tell me anything. Here Kale takes Spencer to his small hospital, from where Hathaway could catch him. There Spencer sees how much Kale cares about his people. That's why they both start going to the hospital. That's when some people were passing by, who stare at Spencer. On this, Kale puts a gun on Spencer and says, "Tell me the truth. Who are you? Where did you come from? Why were those people staring at you?" That's when the people who were staring at Spencer come back. He was very good at fighting. He kills everyone one by one. Now Spencer tells him his truth. He says that the people of the government are after me. They think I am a cyborg robot and I have a bomb inside me. I have been sent by aliens. Kale starts laughing at this. He thought it was all a joke. After which they both reach in front of the hospital. Kale runs away from the hospital, so that no one can recognize him. But still he felt like everyone was after him. That's why he started running away from there. And while running, he fainted. When he regains consciousness, he was with Kale in the deserted street. Anyway, they go back to the hospital. Now they see Hathaway going. Spencer passes by him and puts his tracking device in his pocket. Hathaway was looking for Spencer like crazy. But he didn't know that the tracking device he was looking for was in his pocket. And this is how Spencer and Kale get a chance to go to the hospital. They both go there and steal some of the patient's stuff, in which Spencer came to the hospital as a patient and Kale as a doctor. Spencer also sees his wife, but he doesn't say anything. Outside, Hathaway's guards were looking for Spencer like crazy. When Spencer puts his hand on his pocket, he finds out that the device was in his pocket. That's why Hathaway quickly tells his guards to go inside the hospital. Spencer and Kale had reached the part of the medicine. Kale takes all the medicines that could be in his bag. He had also given his gun to Spencer. Spencer goes to his wife's room from there and starts searching. A recording was played from there, in which it is shown that Spencer was talking exactly like Hathaway. As soon as someone reports, a friend of his wife comes there who was the doctor there. Spencer took him to the scanning room to test him, where he wanted to go and get his test done, whether he is a real person or not. He went to that room and broke all the alarms, so that no one could know that he was here. Kale also had a secret alarm from his wife's friend, from which he had told the guards. That's when a nurse comes there who is told by the doctor to go out quietly and send the guards. The nurse goes out and tells this to Kale first, because he was wearing a doctor's coat. So he thinks he is the doctor. Which also made Cale know that Spencer's life was in danger. When he comes to the room where Spencer's test was being done, the nurse stops before going to the place where Spencer's test was being done. Cale tells Spencer to get up and leave. Your life is in danger. The guards will be here soon. These people are cheating you. That's when the guards come there and attack Cale. A guard stabbed Cale. Spencer helps him. He hits something on the guard's head and makes him unconscious. After which he also killed the other guard. Cale tells Spencer to go and help his people with these medicines. He says this and leaves the other way. He also reaches the headway, which comes and sees half of Spencer's test. Spencer runs through a secret path from there and reaches the second floor, where he hears the news that the Chancellor's meeting has been cancelled. And the fire in the jungle has also been put out. That's when Spencer remembers that his friend told him that you were lucky, thank God you came back from the jungle. And after you came there was a fire. He now decides to go to that place so that he can find out about his truth. And also calls his wife. But she was with some people in the government, so she does not answer any of his questions. Then Spencer tells his wife to come to the place where he met for the first time. That is, in the same jungle. After a while, his wife also reached the jungle, which looked quite barren after the fire was put out. Spencer tells his wife that the alien spaceship had landed at this place, because of which there was a fire in this jungle. If we get the spaceship of those aliens, then I can prove to myself that I am the real Spencer. His wife hears all this and says that I already knew him. That you are the real Spencer. That's why his surrounding lights are on. This means that the guards of the headway had reached here looking for him. They both run here and there in the jungle away from him. When Spencer finds the spaceship, the headway also came in front of him, who says, "Look, do not open the door of the ship, anything can happen. I have known that you are the real Spencer." But Spencer does not listen to him. He opens the door, he does not believe his eyes. In front of him was the corpse of his wife, which means that the cyborg report was his wife. That's when Spencer's wife starts running. But the headway had killed him. The headway pulls the corpse out of the spaceship and cries a lot that I could never recognize you. That she has changed. Seeing this, some guards remove Spencer from his wife's corpse. But he was removing him from anger. When the guards see the spaceship, there was another corpse in it, which was Spencer's. The headway is surprised to see this, which means that the real Spencer had died long ago. When Spencer gets angry, his eyes turn black. That's why there is a big explosion in the jungle. This explosion was caused by the bomb inside him, which destroys everything there. Everything was burnt to ashes. With this, the story of movie film also ends here. Thank you.